Welcome to English Easy Hub. Join us as we ignite the flames of your English learning journey together.
Please subscribe to watch and embark on your English learning journey. Don't miss out on the exciting content. Alex is eager to improve his spoken English but struggles with fluency, hesitation, and confidence. He seeks guidance from his professor on the best routine to follow for effective language practice. Through a structured and immersive approach, the professor provides valuable insights on daily speaking exercises, vocabulary retention, pronunciation improvement, and thinking in English. The conversation explores practical techniques such as shadowing, self-recording, descriptive thinking, and integrating English into daily life. Alex also expresses concerns about limited speaking opportunities, slow recall, and nervousness, all of which the professor addresses with actionable strategies. This discussion is a deep dive into the most effective habits for achieving fluency, emphasizing consistency, active usage, and confidence building.
Hi, Professor. I've been trying to improve my spoken English, but I feel like I'm not making enough progress. No matter how much I practice, I still hesitate and struggle to express myself fluently. What do you think is the best routine to follow to become truly fluent in English?
That's an excellent question, Alex, and one that many language learners face. Fluency doesn't come from simply studying English. It comes from living with the language in a way that forces your brain to use it actively. The best routine involves consistent, daily speaking practice combined with listening, thinking, and even writing in English. The key is to create an immersive environment where English becomes part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth or checking your phone. The mistake many learners make is focusing too much on passive input, watching English videos or reading, without actually using English in speech. You need to push yourself to produce language every single day, whether by speaking with others, recording yourself, or even talking to yourself.
That makes sense. But when you say daily speaking practice, how do I structure that? Should I set a fixed schedule, or is it better to practice whenever I get the chance?
Both approaches can work, but having a structured routine ensures consistency. I recommend breaking your day into different types of speaking exercises so that you're not just practicing in one way. For example, you could start your morning with thinking in English. Before you even get out of bed, try to describe what you need to do that day in English. Later, you could listen to an English podcast during lunch and then summarize what you heard in your own words. In the afternoon, do a shadowing exercise where you listen to a native speaker and mimic their pronunciation and intonation. In the evening, try a self-recording exercise where you talk about your day for 2 minutes without stopping. By using different types of practice throughout the day, you're training different aspects of your speaking skills, fluency, pronunciation, and confidence.
That sounds like a solid plan. But what if I don't have much time? Some days, I'm just too busy to sit down and practice for long periods.
That's a great point, and the reality is you don't need a lot of extra time. You just need to integrate English into your daily life. Think about the small moments when you could practice English naturally. When you're walking to work, describe what you see around you in English. When cooking, try saying the steps out loud in English. Even simple things like changing your phone's language to English or writing your to-do list in English help reinforce your thinking in the language. If you have only 5 minutes, use them to speak nonstop on a random topic. The key is consistency. A little practice every day is better than one long session once a week.
That's a really good idea. But what if I don't have anyone to practice speaking with? I don't always have access to native speakers, and I feel like speaking to myself isn't the same as a real conversation.
It's true that real conversations with others provide valuable feedback, but you don't need a speaking partner to improve your fluency. Talking to yourself can be just as effective because it forces you to form sentences on the spot. One technique is self-explanation, where you pretend you're teaching someone something in English. For example, explain how to make your favorite dish or describe how your day went. Another technique is role-playing. Imagine different scenarios like ordering food at a restaurant or introducing yourself at a job interview and practice them out loud. Also, recording yourself and playing it back helps identify areas for improvement. And if you do want speaking partners, There are many online communities and language exchange apps where you can find conversation partners.
That's really helpful. But sometimes, even when I know words, I struggle to recall them quickly when I need to speak. How can I improve my vocabulary for spontaneous conversation?
That's a very common challenge. Many learners focus on memorizing words, but they don't practice retrieving them quickly in speech. To make vocabulary stick, you need active usage. Instead of just writing down new words, try using them in sentences right away. Keep a vocabulary journal, and every day, challenge yourself to use 3 to 5 new words in real or imagined conversations. Another technique is association. Connect new words with personal experiences. For example, if you learn the word exaggerate, think of a time when someone exaggerated a story and say, "My friend exaggerated the price of his car to impress us." Also, practicing speaking in categories helps with recall. If you're learning food-related vocabulary, try talking about different dishes you like instead of just memorizing isolated words.
That makes sense. But even when I know the words, I sometimes hesitate too much while speaking. I feel like my brain is working too slowly. How can I think faster in English?
Hesitation usually happens because your brain is trying to translate from your native language instead of thinking directly in English. The goal is to train yourself to process thoughts in English first. One of the best ways to do this is by speaking without pausing, even if you make mistakes. Set a timer for 2 minutes and talk about any topic without stopping. If you get stuck, use filler words like "let me think" or rephrase your sentence in a simpler way. Another technique is descriptive thinking. As you go about your day, describe what you're doing in English in your head. "I'm making coffee. I need to add sugar." This rewires your brain to function in English naturally.
That's a challenge I'll take on. But I also struggle with pronunciation. Sometimes, people don't understand me because I stress the wrong syllables or mispronounce sounds. What's the best way to fix that?
Pronunciation is crucial, and improving it requires both listening and muscle training. First, work on phonetic awareness. Learn how sounds are formed by watching native speakers' lip and tongue movements. Shadowing is an excellent way to practice pronunciation. Listen to a native speaker, pause, and repeat their sentence exactly. Minimal pairs training helps, too. Practice words with similar sounds like ship and sheep. Also, don't forget about intonation and stress. English has a rhythm, and mastering it makes your speech sound more natural.
That's really insightful. Speaking of rhythm, I noticed that native speakers often link words together in ways that make it hard to catch individual words. How can I improve my listening comprehension?
What you're noticing is connected speech, where words blend together. To train your ear, listen to English at different speeds. Start with slow speech and gradually increase the pace. Try transcription practice. Listen to a short clip, write down what you hear, and compare it to the actual transcript. This forces you to focus on details. Also, mimic the speech patterns of native speakers. When you practice linking words, your listening skills will improve naturally.
That makes sense. But what about confidence? I still feel nervous when speaking with native speakers because I don't want to make mistakes.
Confidence grows with exposure. Instead of aiming for perfection, focus on getting your message across. Native speakers won't judge you for minor mistakes. They care more about communication. To reduce nervousness, start with low-pressure conversations, language exchange partners, online voice chats, or even practicing in front of a mirror. As you get comfortable, challenge yourself with real-world interactions.
I feel much more motivated now. How do I track my progress to make sure I'm improving?
Track your progress by recording yourself regularly and comparing old recordings. Keep a journal of new words and phrases you learn. Set speaking goals like talking for 3 minutes nonstop. Seeing progress over time will keep you motivated.
This has been incredibly helpful, Professor. Thank you so much for your guidance.
You're very welcome, Alex. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and enjoy the process. Fluency is a journey, and you're on the right path. Keep going.
Through this insightful conversation, Alex gains a comprehensive routine to enhance his spoken English. He learns that fluency is not just about learning words, but about consistently using them in real-life situations. Key takeaways include integrating English into daily activities, practicing spontaneous speech, overcoming hesitation by thinking in English, and refining pronunciation through active listening and shadowing. The professor highlights the importance of confidence, encouraging Alex to focus on communication rather than perfection. By tracking progress through recordings and setting small speaking goals, Alex can stay motivated on his journey. Ultimately, fluency is achieved through consistent practice, exposure, and a mindset shift towards active language engagement. With these strategies in place, Alex is well equipped to improve his English speaking skills effectively.
Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share to keep the English learning journey alive.